What's up, fuckers? My name is Alexander Hamilton. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back to Dream Daddy. My hair is green now. It's been quite a while since I filmed a video. Here comes the song. Okay, yeah, it's been quite a while since I filmed an episode of Dream Daddy. I need to turn down my volume. I can't hear myself think. That was super loud. Do you guys like my green hair? Here, I put out to a vote on Instagram what color I should dye my hair next, because I wanted to dye my hair and I didn't know what color. And it landed on green, but I actually ran out of dye halfway through, and Sally Beauty was out of this dye, so I dyed the bottom half dark blue. And I thought it was super cool until my mom took a photo of my head from the back and I realized I look like if Deku got a haircut. Like, I look like frickin' Music to Midoriya. Okay, let's hop back into the game here. Load.
Welcome. You've got dads.
Okay, so I don't actually remember who I've gone on the second dates with. Okay, I've gone on the second date with Craig. Haven't gone out with Matt. Whoops. That's not what I meant to click. Haven't done it with Brian. Done it with Robert. And Damien. And Hugo. And Joseph. So are Matt and Brian all that's left? Okay, so I've done the second dates with Craig, Robert, Damien, Hugo, and Joseph. So it's just Matt and Brian left. And you know what it's time for? Shiny click clack! Okay, where is my D8? That's my D10. Here's my D8. You guys know the drill by now. We land on 9 or a number that corresponds to a daddy we've already gone on a date with. We roll again. And I just dropped my D20 on the floor. Alright, it landed in a nat 20 position. Shiny click clack always wisest. Which DILF is the hottest? 1. Craig. We've already gone on the date with him. 7. Alright, on Joseph. I'm just rolling it again and again till it lands on either a 2 or a 3. 3! Okay, looks like it's gonna be Brian. And a quick little drink of water, because I actually remembered to get my water this time. Stay hydrated. Let's message Brian. Wow, that loading thing took quite a while. Oh, I have a message from Brian. Hey, Daisy and I are going fishing tomorrow. Are you in or out? Oh no, I've been dreading this day. I accidentally boasted about my abilities as a fisherman to Brian. Now he's challenging me to another dad-off. I've been doing fishing research online, but I'm nowhere close to being an expert. Still though, I have to accept. I type back to Brian. Sounds great, man. Super excited to catch all those fish. And my lawn could use another good mowing. That'll show him. Brian responds back, letting me know that tomorrow he'll pick us up at an hour that I had... It's been a long time since I've recorded a video, okay? And I haven't done vocal warm-ups. Brian responds back, letting me know that tomorrow he'll... I swear I don't have COVID. Hey, I caught a nasty flu virus when I was like 7, and ever since then I've had like a cough when I first wake up. That's the thing with viruses, they always linger after the initial infection. Amanda comes into the room for the kitchen, eating a cheese stick by biting it off piece by piece like some kind of monster. I didn't read the frickin' thing. I forgot to read that part. Editing Alex. Read that part. I didn't raise you like that. What? It's called string cheese, not chompy cheese for a reason, Amanda. Did you just call me in here to criticize my controversial string cheese eating technique or what? No, Amanda. We have to go fishing tomorrow. Well, you have to go fishing. I get to pray. Blah. Why can't I English? Well, you have to go fishing. I get to play with Brian's dog. Frickin' corgi. How do I become a master of fishing overnight? You went fishing with the Girl Scouts, didn't you? Nope, my stint in the Scouts was brief and purely transactional. I thought I could get free cookies, but I didn't know I had to, like, be outside and tie knots and stuff. I was actually in Girl Scouts, and I liked it a lot, but when it came time to, like, graduate to the, next scouting level, none of the girls in my troop wanted to, and they couldn't find another troop to put me in. Honestly, that was probably the best move, because they turned out to be trans, so... But I have to beat Brian! Dad, let me tell you a story. Do you remember last summer how I applied for a job at that coffee shop across town? Give me a refresher? During the interview, they asked me if I knew how to work an espresso machine, and I really wanted the job, so I lied and said yes. On the first morning, there was a light out the door. Within half an hour, I had severely burned my hand, and they told me to go home and never come back. I still have a scar from that. Of course I remember. What does that have to do with fishing? The burn is a metaphor, Dad. I don't get it. You can lead a horse to water. What do horses have to do with fish and burns? Dad, please, I don't get your obsession with competing against Brian. You wouldn't understand. It's a dad thing. Please try explaining it to me. Okay, Brian's just... He just thinks he's so much better than me, and he purposely reminds me of He just thinks that he's so much better than me, and he purposefully reminds me of that whenever he can. Hold on, I gotta go pop a Sudafed. Why did I say it like that? I'm a wreck. One of my friends actually freaked out on me this morning. We were on a Discord call, and I had a cough, and they were like, do you have the virus? Go get tested. You might have the virus. Like, I never leave this apartment. I don't have the virus. How do you know you don't have it? Because I'm pretty sure the symptoms of COVID don't completely disappear with some Sudafed and ibuprofen. Let's try that again. He just thinks that he's so much better than me, and he purposefully reminds me of that whenever he can. It's like he has to one-up me. I have to beat him at his own game. Is that what you think is happening here? No, Amanda. Okay, I know that's what's happening.
Dad.
Alright, Pops, we should both be getting some sleep. See you in the morning. Night, Panda. And that's why you always get your flu shot, unless you want to be doing that every morning for the rest of your life. I brush my teeth and throw on some pajamas. I climb into bed, set my alarm, and close my eyes. Okay, sleep. I am wide awake. I can't help but think about the last time I went fishing, hoping that there's something I can do to glean from it to give me an edge over Brian. I was about 9 years old. My dad woke me up at 1 a.m, told me to get dressed and meet him downstairs. It was still dark out. I had no idea what was going on, but before I knew it, we were both alone on a freezing cold lake. I had to sit there for hours while it got hot and muggy, the air thick with bugs. I picked at mosquito bites while my dad sat there in stony silence, fishing pole in one hand and a beer in the other. We didn't catch anything. On a long drive home, my father bought me a pack of cigarettes and didn't say a thing. That didn't help, but I think I have some repressed sadness about my father I'll deal with later. I'm sitting on a boat in the middle of a body of water. I can't see any land, but I know it's a lake. The water is placid and still. I'm holding a fishing pole. I don't understand why, but it feels like my life depends on catching fish right now. I cast my lure into the water and wait, and wait, and wait. My whole being is filled with hopelessness as I watch the line disappear into the depths below. You used the wrong lure. I look up and see my father, just as he looked at that one cold morning, disapproving. I'm panicking now. I pull the lure up and try to grab a different one, but all the lures in my tackle box are the exact same one. I look up to my father for guidance, but he's gone. I try casting again, but I can't hold my footing. My boat tips over and I fall into the water, sinking further and further. I see the multitudes of fish that have just been lying below the surface, all swimming around me as if to taunt me. One fish swims up to me. He has Brian's eyes. You gotta use a neutral buoyancy lure if you're trying to catch trout, buddy. I jolt awake to the sound of my alarm. It's fishing day. That would explain the weird dream. I groggily slip on clothes and get ready. I spot Amanda's door half open and see her still curled up in a mountain of blankets. Walking over to her bed, I plant a tiny kiss on her forehead. Fishing day, kiddo. You ready? No. Well, you gotta get up. I can't do this without you. Also, stop sleeping in your clothes. Amanda pulls her comforter over her head. Never. Amanda! I'll get up in a minute. Alright, Brian should be here in 20, so you better not just go back to sleep. Amanda sticks her hand through the blanket to wave me away. I leave her room and make myself some coffee and another cup with lots of cream and sugar for Amanda whenever she gets up. Amanda eventually wanders in and chugs her coffee while I do word jumbles. Oh, I'm lightheaded. Oh, fuck. I do not have COVID. I hear the doorbell ring. That must be Brian. So rubbing our eyes, we walk outside to see Brian. He's decked out in fishing gear. Daisy's falling asleep next to him. Early bird gets the worm, buddy. You ready to fish? I was born ready. My eyes narrow in on Brian. It's a good day to die. Hop on in, guys. Let's get this fishing party started. I walk over to the driver's side door and open it. Brian's dog immediately hops into the driver's seat, wagging his tail furiously. Can I see your license, sir? Maxwell, let Alexander sit. Maxwell obediently hops into the back to cuddle with Daisy. Amanda settles in next to Maxwell and Daisy immediately falls asleep. I can't English. You ready for an adventure? I'm ready for glory. I struggle to stay awake as we drive to the outskirts of town. Country music plays quietly from the radio as I watch trees pass by. I can't stand country music. There are like 2 country songs that I actually like and the rest of them are garbage. Oh, by the way, check out my cool skull and crossbones ring. Ain't that sweet? I got it inside of a bath bomb. So where exactly are we headed? It's about an hour north of here. Little spot I've been going since I was a kid. My dad used to take me there all the time. I don't think anybody else knows about it. I brought everything we need so we can catch some trout. Out, have a nice little fire and enjoy nature. My fishing pole is in the shop, getting tuned up. Do you think I could... Do you have an extra that I could borrow? But of course, it's probably not as nice as yours is, though. Right. Is that an innuendo? I'm digging a hole here. I stare out at the forest lighting the highway. The sun is just barely over the horizon, scattering a dusty pink light through the trees. For a split second, I spot a deer grazing on the side of the road before he leaps back into the brush. After a nice quiet drive, Brian eventually tells me to pull off the highway and onto a dirt road. The car bumps along until we reach a clearing that opens up to a magnificent lake. Oh, I miss going to Lake Wiley. Well, here we are. Why can't I remember the name of that park? I think it was Mick something. McDover? It's not McDonald. It wouldn't be McDonald. Mick something. I miss going to that park so frickin' much. I step out of the car and help Brian unload our gear as Maxwell runs around us barking. The kids wake up and wander to the shore where Daisy tries to teach Amanda how to skip rocks. Brian and I carry the tackle boxes and cooler down to the edge of the lake where he has a canoe waiting. Ah, great. Still in one piece. Hold on, help me out with Maxwell. I help Brian place a tiny dog-sized life vest onto Maxwell. That's so freaking cute. No corgi in a life vest. Alright, your turn. Brian hands me a lime green life vest. Maybe I'll fall in and you'll save me. I can swim, thanks. No thanks. I'm pretty sure I know the right answer, but saving just in case. Maybe if I fall in, you'll save me. If I fall in, I'm counting on you to rescue me. Suit yourself. I knew that was the right one. But for real, I cannot stand life vests. Maybe it's because of my, rotund figure, but for some reason, I always tighten the straps as tight as they can, and they always loosen, and when I'm trying to float, they, come all the way up to my neck and choke me. It's, the worst thing. Get your freaking mind out of the gutter. That is, that's one of the very, very, very few things that I'm not into. Dude, well, I'm not cool being on the receiving end if I'm being on the giving end. I'm sorry, I promise I'll never do that again. Brian turns to Amanda and Daisy, who are still skipping rocks. You kids want to fish?
Ugh.
I'm good with just throwing rocks into the water. Amanda hurls a rock into the pond with gusto. Yeah, take that, water! Amanda, you're supposed to be skipping them. Is that what we're doing? That was always one of my favorite things to do. When we went to the park at Lake Wiley, just find a rock and just chuck it as far as I can into the water. Also, I can't get over how much Daisy looks like Kid Me. Daisy, do you want to fish? I think catching fish is kind of inhumane. We're gonna go explore the woods and look at bugs and stuff. Alright, be safe, don't go too far. Brian puts a life vest around himself while we throw all of our equipment into the canoe. Maxwell happily jumps in and takes his place looking out over the front of the boat. Corgi! I get into the canoe as Brian shoves off. We paddle together to get ourselves in the middle of the lake. I'm having flashbacks to Camp Cherokee. It was a summer camp that I went to when I was a kid. I learned canoeing there a very long time ago. Not sure if I remember how. But I did learn how to canoe there. Look, in hindsight, people should... That's one of the things that should have known. In hindsight, that's one of the, events in my life that should have foreshadowed my transness. And I actually had a bonding moment about this over several trans people from my area. It's something that should have... Nothing I should have known. Signs from my childhood that I was trans. Cross-dressing for Boys versus Girls Capture the Flag at Camp Cherokee. No, I remember I got a Batman t-shirt from the boys' side. My very first of many Batman t-shirts, and some baggy camo cargo shorts. And I got these men's sunglasses and a baseball cap because I had shoulder length hair. So I wore all of that, and this was before I hit puberty, so I didn't have a chest yet. And so I just tucked all my hair into the backwards baseball cap. No, I wore it front. And I tucked all my hair into the baseball cap. I put on the sunglasses and I walked around pitch shifting my voice hey dudes, you hunting them girls down, trying to keep them from capturing our flag? Yeah, those stupid girls. Girls, let us compete against these girls to win this game, my fellow men. How did they not see it coming? How did my mother not see this coming? I was so excited to buy boys' clothes and dress as a boy. Wait, how did she not fucking figure it out right then and there? Anyway, enough with stories about my childhood. Back to this video game. Most freshwater fish usually feed at dusk and dawn, which is why I had to get you up so early. Yeah, I know, that's a pretty common fisherman knowledge after all, fisherman knowledge that I am knowledgeable about. Still a gambling man? You know it. Let's see who can catch more fish. You can catch more than one? Sounds easy enough to me. What's on the line? Besides all the fish I'm gonna catch, obviously. I was thinking something a little more high stakes than mowing the lawn. Custody of our children? More than that. Let's say if I win, I get your weed whacker. The Whackmaster 2000! That's a limited edition! Why does that sound like a sex toy? I'm sorry. But if you win, you get my pole saw, the Reach and Cut 3000. The cordless version? That's the one. Shit, the Reach and Cut 3000 is state of the art. My weed whacker is my prized possession, but there are those hard to reach branches at the back of the yard that have been begging for a pruning. Let's try that again. Like, shit. The Reach and Cut 3000. Shit. The Reach and Cut 3000 is state of the art. My weed whacker is a prized possession, but there are those hard to reach branches at the back of the yard that have been begging for a pruning. You're on. We shake on it. I suddenly remember that I don't know how to fish. My foolish fatherly pride will one day be my undoing. I watch as Brian ties a lure and does some stuff I can't quite follow with his fishing pole. He casts into the lake. Oh boy, now I have to do that. I stare down at the tackle box and at the pole in my hand. Put some bait on the hook, insult the fish, stretch before physical activity. Bait? I fish a worm from the styrofoam container Brian bought. It's slippery, but I think if I can get it onto the hook if I just focus. Oh god, I'm bleeding. Oh god, the blood's everywhere. The worm is not on the hook. My face cam's about to cut out. Yeah, I had an experience like that a couple days ago where, so I got a wood carving set for Christmas, and I'm carving this block of wood. I'm making a wax stamper, and I accidentally carved a chunk out of my hand. That was about a week ago, I think. I don't know, it's like a telling time. Need some help? No, I meant to do that. The blood attracts the fish. They smell out to a mile away, you know.
Oh, no.
I think that's sharks. No, it's definitely fish. Now what? Perform fish mating called tie a knot or something. Meditate. Tie a knot or something. I take my pole and try to tie an elaborate looking knot to impress Brian. The classic hunter's bend. I learned that one in my youth. Yep, this one isn't coming apart anytime soon. With this knot I will cast my heavenly line upon the unsuspecting water and deliver unto us a bountiful harvest. I look over to Brian. He doesn't seem to be paying attention. Let's cast this sucker. I pull my rod back and launch the lure as hard as I can. And the lure flies off the line and sails far, far away, landing in the lake with a loud sploosh. Sorry, I judged the wind speed wrong. This cold air drives the pressure down. Go ahead and take my pole. I know it's hard switching to a new pole when you're not used to it. I'll fix up another lure. Brian hands me his pole with a smile while I just sit there, feeling like an idiot. Fishing around here is easy. They all group up. All you gotta do is line up 3 of the same species and reel them in. Oh, is it Candy Crush? I need to match 3 of the same species. I can't tell which fish is which.
That fish.
How play? Hey everybody, it's Editing Alex here. I've decided to speed through this and spare you my panicked yelling as I tried to figure out the controls for this minigame. Like I said earlier, it's basically Candy Crush. You match up 3 or more of the same thing, but I was under the impression that to match them up you had to click and drag it like you do on a mobile device or Honey Pop. But no, the way you actually had to do it was you had to click it and then click a fish next to it to swap their spot. Well, I partially figured this out on my second playthrough. I thought you had to click the arrow next to it to move it to a thing. So yeah, I'm just gonna speed through this and get to my second attempt. Hey, getting there. Fuck you. Why are these two here? Pretty sure this is a bug. Cyanide or something.
Whoa!
Okay. I know what I'm doing now.
Match that fish. Match of the day.
Okay, so, where's 3 that match up? I'm looking for, I can't, there's a match.
Nice catch.
There's a match.
Rainbow trout.
Okay, what's that mean? Oh, there's a match.
Now you're fishing.
Okay, there we go. That one goes over there. There. To the right.
Now you're fishing.
Oh, you gotta click the actual thing you want to match up and not the arrow.
Catch of the day.
Okay, these
Catch
match.
of the day.
These match
Now
up.
you're fishing.
Where's a match? Matchmaker, make me a match. Shit. Oh, there's a match.
Catch of the day. Nice
There
match.
we go. I don't like that wet slapping sound.
Nice catch.
There we go. Looking for another one. Shit, Shit. What's this do?
Now you're fishing.
Oh!
Nice
I
match.
should have known that. Okay, there's a
Catch
match.
of the day.
Oh, shit. Oh, there's a match.
Match of the day.
There's a match.
Nice catch.
Where? Dang. S rank! There we go! I told you I'm good at this. Like, wow, this is way tougher than I thought. I look over to Brian, who's smiling and obviously enjoying his time out here on the lake. I will crush him. Suddenly, the fishing pole jumps in my hand. I reflectively tug upwards. I think I got something big. The tip of the pole dips down repeatedly as the line starts to run. Reel it in! I finally get the fish right up next to the boat. It's a long, beautiful rainbow trout. Brian hands me a net. It's all yours. I lean down and notice that my hands are shaking with excitement. This fish is bigger than all the ones Brian's caught. God, that pole saw is mine. Almond! The entire canoe tips over with me. I find myself sinking into the lake. I should have taken the life vest. All of a sudden, I'm embraced under the water and pulled into Brian's arms. I'm finally dragged upwards, spurting water. All of our gear floats on the surface. Maxwell doggy paddles around us in circles, having a great time.
I don't know about that.
You alright? Does that count as one? Well, seeing as all of our fish are now swimming safely back into the lake, I guess so. Brian laughs. Let's get you to shore. Brian and I flip the canoe back over and fill it with our now soaking wet gear. We roll back to shore with Maxwell in tow. Once we get to the beach, Maxwell darts off into the... Oh my god! My. Hello there. Why am I getting so fucking flustered? He is. Why did I just make that noise? Could you please give me a moment to compose myself? You know what? I like the representation of, like, plus-size dudes being presented as attractive. Just because he's looking fine. Oh, I could put a weave in that chest hair. I'm so fucking sorry. I mean, this is so fucking... This has got to be painful to watch. I'm sorry. Compose yourself, Alexander. Okay. Once we get to the beach, Maxwell darts off into the woods. Brian takes off his shirt. Dots of lake water glisten in the sun across his strong back. That guy had a back, all right. Man, all that general contracting must have built that guy like an ox. Also, something I like pointing out here, just because you got some body fat doesn't mean that you're unfit. This dude's a general contractor. He's like constantly doing heavy lifting. He's got some really well-defined muscles, but still got a big fat beer belly. Because just because you have body fat doesn't mean you're unhealthy. Shut the fuck up. Sorry, I might be retracting a little bit. Let's self-love unclog your arteries, blah, 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 blah. Polycystic ovarian syndrome, Google it, ass hat, and get the fuck out of my comments. And it's like, if you don't like my shit, just fucking unfollow me. You don't have to look at my fucking Instagram pics if you hate me that much. Sorry. Compose yourself. Back to the game. Stop projecting. I hope he doesn't notice me staring.
Hey.
I'm gonna get a fire going so we can dry off. Wanna hand me yours? Yes, okay. I reluctantly take off my own shirt and toss it to Brian. I suddenly wish I had done more sit-ups in my life. Or any sit-ups at all, really. Another thing you've bested me in. Stupid sexy Brian. You might as well fry that shirt up. Seems like the only lunch we'll have. The day's young, we can fish from the shore. Once Brian gets a fire going, I sit and try to dry off my pants. Brian sets a couple lures out by the water's edge. We're probably gonna have to put the kibosh on the competition for now. Until another day. My stomach growls. You hungry? Oh, I'm fine. Brian reaches into his cargo shorts and pulls out a few granola bars. I have a small child. I'm flush with snacks. Brian joins me by the fire and I accept the cargo shorts granola. And now we're back to waiting. Where did the girls go off to? Shouldn't they be back by now? I wouldn't worry about it too much. They're a couple of smart kids. That's what I'm worried about. They're too smart. They probably established a small rural government by this point and have installed themselves as leaders. Wasn't there a shitty reality TV show back in the 90s with that premise? I take a look around at the sun crusting the tree line, casting the entire lake in a warm golden glow. The forest seems to be coming alive now. Birds chirp in the distance. Wow. Nature is beautiful. I miss it. I miss going to nature. It's gonna be for fucking ever before I can get the vaccine, but after I do, first thing I'm doing is going hiking. A mosquito bites me. I slap my neck and curse, nature sucks. Here you go, bud. Brian hands me a bottle of bug spray. I begrudgingly take it and douse myself. I've always hated how the stuff smells. Really? I always kind of liked it. Reminds me of being outside. Maybe you and I have different sentiments on the outdoors. Maxwell comes bounding up to me, a huge stick in his mouth. He drops it and looks at me expectantly. Aww. There's a 6 words would fake throw out, break the stick in half to assert your dominance. I'm between this and fake throw out, because that's always funny. Save. Fake throw out. I wind up and pretend to throw the stick. Maxwell runs away for a second and looks around confused. Brian and I laugh. I toss the stick to Maxwell for real, and he jumps up to catch it in his mouth. Good doggy! Is it a little messed up that we're taking advantage of a dog's inherent trust in humanity for our own amusement? Maxwell, get over here. I gotta make it up to you. It's time for the pets. What's the plan? Butt pats never fail. Scratch behind his ear. Rub that belly! Maxwell rolls over and let me rub his belly. He wiggles on the grass, clearly loving it. I feel like a bit of a third wheel here. Where's my belly rubs? I am so flustered I can barely say anything. I just focus on petting Maxwell and hope Brian doesn't notice how much I'm sweating. While I'm playing with Maxwell, fish begin routinely pulling on Brian's lines. I watch Brian effortlessly fillet the fish, squeezing a bit of lemon on there and frying them up in a cast iron pan. Before we know it, we have a feast fit for a couple of shirtless dudes. Ooh, I love a man who can cook! Look. Okay. Control yourself. Control yourself. Inner peace. Amanda and Daisy emerge from the woods looking totally unscathed. Whoa, Dad Bod Patrol, I'm gonna have to issue you both a citation and demand you both put your shirts on. They're a children present. Then Brian tosses me my now dry shirt, and I pull it over my head, thankful that I will no longer be distracted by Brian and his perks. Where have you guys been? Studying entomology. What? We were playing with bugs. I expected you guys to be more covered in, like, mud and stuff. Daisy looks offended. What do you take me for, a child? Amanda puts a hand on Daisy's shoulder. Right. We take a seat around the fire and Brian serves us all gorgeous piles of fish on paper plates. It's absolutely delicious. Why does he have to be good at everything? Fish taste okay? Daisy and Amanda both nod furiously, mouths full of fish. It's incredible. I never had fish this good. I suddenly have a fierce craving for some butter poached salmon with garlic and rosemary. And I've made that before, and it's absolutely delicious. Just, it's the perfect way to prepare cheap frozen salmon. It's incredible. I've never had fish this good. Yeah, it's great. Old Harding family recipe. Why are your pants wet? Well, Amanda, we were out there on the lake and then I accidentally tipped over the boat. Don't worry, all the gear floated to the surface so we didn't lose anything, right, Alexander? Yeah, that's exactly what happened. I can't believe he just covered for me. Gosh, he even out-humbles me. He's trying to beat me at everything, even my world-famous sense of humility. We finished our fish and ended up playing catch with Maxwell for a little while before we decided to head out. After cleaning up the camp, we pack up the station wagon and let Maxwell into the back seat. The poor pup falls asleep in a cuddle pile with Amanda and Daisy. They've had a long day. Oh, I miss Cuddle Puddles. I had two friends I would always see at Time at Youth, and we would always cuddle puddle together. Oh, I miss Cuddle Puddle. Frickin' virus ruining my life! Been an ordeal today, bud. Let me drive you guys home. I want to prove that I'm the most awake dad on the block, but yeah, I'm beat. Fine. As we drive away, I take one last look at the lake disappearing behind us and smile. I rest my head against the window and the low rumble of the dirt road beneath us lulls me into a peaceful sleep. Hey, sleepyhead. I open my eyes and realize I had dozed off in the car. I self-consciously wipe a bit of drool off my chin. Oh, hey, I was resting my eyes. Just in case we suddenly have to jump into any sort of conflict. So I'm super awake for it. Ready to fight. With my strong arms. It's all good, you earned some rest, buddy. Thanks for coming out with us today. I had a lot of fun with you. Thanks for inviting us. I also had fun, actually. Glad to hear it. Take it easy, huh? You too. Take it the easiest. I was about to make a dirty joke. Just get your mind out of the freaking gutter for a minute. Brian chuckles to himself as he unloads the car. Amanda and I get inside and immediately collapse onto the couch. Long day. Yep. I was so close to that pole saw. Pole saw. Yeah, Brian and I were competing to see who could catch the most fish, and... stop! Why do you care so much? Amanda Panda, just look at the guy. He's obviously got my number, and he's rubbing my face in it. Dad, I love you, but you're kinda dumb sometimes. Dumb? Or clearly the superior dad? You know what? I don't have any of the energy required to properly unpack your weird fixation with asserting your masculinity. I'm going to bed. Night. Amanda slides off the couch and face down onto the floor. I'm a tired slug. Amanda, that floor is disgusting. I don't care. Well, night, honey. Night, Pops. On. S-Rank!
What an amazing date!
Fuck yeah, that was an amazing date. That's my fucking dream date right there. Just spend a day in nature. Achievement progress, soft boy. 2 out of 3.
Welcome. You've got dads.
We gotta have another little sequence? No, okay, then that's gonna be the end of the video. You know, I hope you guys enjoyed watching me thirst over shirtless men. And body yada 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 yada. I'm sorry. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Have a fantastic day. Be gay, do crime. I love you. Bye!